Ooh, hello everybody.
What are you doing so early here?
I know. Just trying to get this to where got a little bit of music playing in the background. I know it's 5:01. We went early. I didn't tell anybody. Blame Haley. That's all I gotta say. We're gonna blame Haley for this because she tried to call me during the Instagram and I just muted the microphone. So, and besides, let's be honest, everyone's just kind of sitting at home in that post-turkey coma, you know.
For sure.
So
yeah,
we
not
just,
me.
Not me. No, we've been working all day. So we wanted to come out and just get this over with.
Yeah.
And try to have some fun. You know, and we know going a little early sometimes that allows people to catch the show that most normally wouldn't catch the show.
That's right.
There you go. Where is it? Damn it, Haley. But hello. So how's everybody doing?
What's up, guys?
Chime in. Let us know where you're from. We got South Carolina. We got California. We got Arizona. Evening, boys. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Yeah. Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Let's see. Hello.
Yes.
Another hello.
Yes, I'm going to say yes, Matt. It is.
Yes.
It is.
Is,
and if you have the ability to get it, get it.
Dude, get it. Because, yeah, that's a tough one to come by right
definitely.
now. Hey,
hi.
What's happening? Missouri checking in.
What's up?
Puebla. Whatever.
Puebla, Mexico.
Sure,
That's
we'll
just like close to
Trinidad.
Yeah, Trinidad.
Fernando. UK is here. Oh, hold on. These are moving
25.
UK is here. Wisconsin checking in. Oh, wait a minute. Was that ice rain going on? Oh, my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no
Gustavo.
Bay Area checking in. All right. And so we'd like to thank DJ Wraith.
Yeah.
For providing us some intro music here. I'm just going to let it ride out. We got a couple more seconds in the background. Hopefully, I have to go back and see how it sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's up from Texas? Tennessee checking in. Michigan. Grand Rapids. There you go. Arkansas. Where is he from? Watching from work at the hospital. Okay. Well, hey.
There you go.
Just it's all the 907. Your vids help. Hey. Very nice. I hope you like the 907.
Oh, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, Johnny?
Oh, let me turn this on. There we go.
What's up? Oh, it's a lot of people. See? He's like...
Yeah. So one of the new features that they just updated on StreamYard is...
Finding the truth. What's up, man?
None of the things go away now. You know how before you'd scroll back and you couldn't find something? Because now all of the comments stay.
Ha. As soon as we get one.
Yeah. Good price to pay.
What? For the audio control in Dash Epicenter.
I don't even know what that thing goes for.
I don't know, but it's a good price.
It could be.
Yeah.
Tennessee checking in.
DJ.
All right, that's the end of the song.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Get rid of that real quick.
Hello.
Close that out. Let me get over
Detroit is in the house. What's up, Tim?
You switch that.
I had the pleasure to meeting Dog.
Oh, Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I haven't had the pleasure.
Me neither. But he seems like pretty cool.
Seth and Mr. Smith, shout out. Yeah, I just talked to Seth the other day.
Yeah, what's up?
Planning. So I'll let the cat out of the bag because we might as well. For anybody that is going to the Mobile Solutions Master Tech Training that is going to be happening here in, let's go here, number 3. That is the Master Tech Expo that is going to be happening March 6th through the 9th. We'll be there. Of course, we're going to be there, but we'll also be there working specifically with Kenwood.
Kenwood?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be doing some fun stuff with them. We don't know what yet. We don't know what. We just know that they're like, we want you guys to be there with us. And we're like, okay, well, we'll make that happen. So we're going to come up with some cool stuff to do. And so that ought to be fun. All right. That's at 20. All right. I have thoughts on that. Coming out with the cool questions as always. Caramel corn popcorn, or kettle corn. Do you know the difference?
No.
Have you ever had
I had caramel popcorn.
Okay.
And
kettle corn.
Okay.
Is that stuff that they make in a big like copper kettle.
Okay.
That's like the new rage. It's not like movie theater popcorn or anything.
Okay.
It's got like a sweet taste to it.
Mm.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I hate it. I think it tastes like crap. The girls like it.
Okay. I would eat probably caramel or kettle corn, probably just a little bit. I'm not like a big fan of like sweet popcorn.
I mean, I prefer movie theater popcorn.
I like popcorn.
You like popcorn with salsa.
With Valentina.
I was going to say, you want popcorn with Valentina sauce on it.
That sounds good. What's up?
Hey. Okay. I mean, it's not like we get the choice.
No.
I mean, if you got, bring your car in.
Yeah,
we'll charge you. We'll put it in from a video. I mean, that's just pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's it.
I would love to, but it's not like we get to.
What's that, Jorge?
Tacos. Yeah, who doesn't like tacos?
ASAP.
Yeah, I know. That's
now.
That's ASAP. It means now.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, no. Yeah.
You don't like it?
Popcorn with
no,
that is disgusting.
I would not eat it with popcorn, but fruit.
Any knowledge of a factory head unit for a new Honda 290 with specifically already going to integrate a GS9, but would like something more seamless? Man, in 2018, we just dealt with leaving the factory radio. I mean, I don't even know where you're going to have to stuff that somewhere, because the way the factory radio is mounted up in there, like the screen is just screen. The radio is a totally separate piece than that. So we haven't, I mean, if that's the current body style that I'm thinking of, the 2018, right? Isn't that the current body style? I mean, if it's the previous body style, then
but it's not.
Okay, it's okay, but I don't know. We just keep the factory radio.
Okay, Jody, put right there.
This one?
Yeah.
It's Jordan.
No, I'm sorry, Jody. Well, anyway.
Popcorn always does get stuck in your teeth.
Yes.
Grandma used to put the cinnamon heat on the popcorn.
Hearts.
Oh, cinnamon. I don't want to heat cheese. Okay, we're just going to call. We came early because we're tired. We just want to go home. So we'll do what we can. Yes, it always makes me angry. I carry a toothpick just for that. 100% on the caramel corn. I love it when you guys play along. It makes this so much easier.
Yeah, I love it.
I could put the screen head unit bothers me. I understand. Everybody wants the big knob.
Michelada with tahini. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So we got two conversations going on. One, we're talking about the Honda. The other one, we're talking about the
tahini and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. That's what we like to hear.
Hoyt.
I have a 2010 Lincoln MKZ, and they do not make a dash kit. Any advice for fabricating my own? Yes. Actually, they don't make a dash kit. Okay, that might be the one that they don't make the dash kit because
it's 2010.
Well, yeah, but okay, so one of those, I think it's the MKZ, they offer a different alternative dash because they made one for the factory nav that was a regular kit, and then they made this weird one. So I think they might make an alternative dash for your car, which at a 2010 11-year-old car, you could probably pick up on eBay at this point. But there was there again, the brain doesn't always.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. that. I think it's
This?
I think it's something
No.
like that. Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
I mean that's all I got. Unless it's yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea, but it seems like
Yes. Floss sticks for the win. 100%.
floss sticks.
Oh.
Yeah, you're probably
okay.
right.
Bougie popcorn. Yeah.
Right there.
Hi. What do you think about the
My
Match
top.
Up 10 DSP? Meant to be plug and play, right placement for the HK BMW amplifier. What do you think? Marginal gain, or will it be a game changer? I can guarantee you it's going to be a game changer. What you guys are going to see here, not next week, but the week after, is the Up 7 installed in a BMW. That it's just a review. We don't actually do the video on how to install it. We were at MSC, which is the Helix distributor here or rep firm or whoever they are. They're the people that bring it here in the United States.
Yep.
We were at their facility checking everything out, and one of the cars we got to sit in was a BMW with an Up 7 installed with a bunch of Helix BMW speakers in it. It was awesome.
Match
speakers.
Match speakers.
Helix is match.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yes, they were the match speakers made to go with the match. So yes, it was incredible.
It's a whole match system.
It was matched.
It's matching.
Yeah, it sounded wonderful. So yeah, I don't think you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Can you use a kicker key 204 with the Sony? Yes, you can. There's no reason why you can't. When you're thinking of a kicker key, there's two schools of thought I feel with a kicker key. One is if you have a factory radio, a basic factory radio, and you want to make the front and rear sound better, whichever you choose, kicker key is great for that.
Yep.
Because it'll do all the DSP and all the EQ for you.
Stage and all that stuff. Yeah.
Other time, even though let's say you buy a radio that may have time alignment and a basic EQ and all that fun stuff in it, you still don't get the independent EQ that's built into the key product. Plus, you might not also understand time alignment and all that nonsense.
100%.
So if you put a key in on an aftermarket radio and let it do its thing, for one, it'll just do its thing and sound great. You don't even have to play with it.
Yep.
So it does make it a little bit easier to use.
The one thing that I definitely recommend if you're gonna get your 95 ES Sony, it's put everything flat. No loudness, nothing. EQ flat, zero loudness, everything.
I thought that was a gimme.
Yeah.
So, I know. I'm with you there. Doing custom back seat delete, building a system for 2013 Fiat Arboth. Any pointers, hints? I got nothing. Go slow, take your time. I will tell you this: when we were at Kicker, they have a Fiat, not an Arboth, that they were putting the quad box in. That's right, the quad box. So they had a Fiat that they did the original key install in. So they put a key in the front of that, and then they put, at the time they didn't have the 501, so they put their other little amplifier in there to power the little 8-inch Q class that they have. But they were taking that out to put a quad box in.
It's insane
for
how it looks.
Knowledge Fest.
Yeah.
So
you probably guys gonna see it in the future.
I hope so.
Because he's there.
Because I want to hear that. I mean, that's just because we know what it did. I can't wait to,
Yeah. Real question
from
Robert Van Hoyt.
Recently, my system has started motorboating when I turn the key to accessory. When running, it's fine. Haven't had a chance to do a full troubleshoot. Any ideas? Battery voltage. I mean, to me that sounds like
motorboating.
So it's probably just doing weird things. But it sounds like battery voltage. Like right before I go, we should put the. And
we
then
should
the car
put the
goes,
charger.
I was like, damn it. It sounds like battery voltage, but that's just a guess. And, guess everyone's got one of those. Okay.
Right there.
What is a good modern upgrade from an Alpine head unit with imprint processor? Ooh, man, I got to tell you, nothing really is going to, I mean, nothing. That's a whole processor. So really what you're probably looking to do is get a head unit in some form of a DSP. None of the head units really have that imprint capability built into them. The closest thing you're going to find to that, but there again, is like a Pioneer, because the Pioneer you can buy their microphone for and let it run its auto EQ. But that's about it. And honestly, nothing like the Imprint. It's not that exciting. We used to do it all the time, and it was just like, oh, and then we'd spend an hour changing it. And I'm like, why are we doing this? This is kind of silly. Adjustability wise, like the 10-inch Kenwoods do have like a pretty in-depth parametric EQ package built into them. But I'm thinking you're probably going to want to do some form of a radio and some form of DSP to get back into that. Dean, I've looked at all the cheap RTA mics, and I'm not satisfied that it's going to make me happy. Does this mean I got to drop a G note on a DM RTA, or what would you do?
For professional use.
Like,
Tim, thank you for the $199, man.
Listen, I know tons of installers that use the Audio Frog kit. Like,
right there.
They use this kit right here, the UMI1.
Yep.
They use this, and they have great success with it. It has all the parts. It plugs in your laptop. Andy of Audio Frog will sell this to anybody. You don't have to be an Audio Frog dealer. He has a ton of documentation on how to use his process with his mic in order to set it. There again, whether you need to drop $1,000 or not is entirely up to you. I also have plenty of guys that use the audio control iTest mic that plugs into an iDevice. There's also a U-Test mic for this as well. Which is this it here?
Yep. No. This is the
other stupid thing. You sure?
Yeah.
No, it was. Hold that wrong.
Okay.
So the U-Test mic is very similar to, it's a universal mic with a USB adapter, regular on the end of it, microphone. These are hand built at Audio Control. Comes with a cool little tripod, and it will work with anything. So it'll work on Lightning, ISO, USB-C. Comes with a bunch of adapters. So there's 3 mics right there that are great for what you're trying to do and are used by professionals that I know. One of the things that is nice about the iTest mic is you can buy. This is funny because you can plug this in, put this on the seat where it needs to go, and stick your iPad right to the window of the car, and just sit there and do your tuning. So, whether you need to spend $1,000 or not is entirely up to you as far as how you want to do it. But these 3 devices that are all pretty reasonably priced, I think the most expensive one is the UMI1, and that is because it comes with a tuning CD.
That's awesome. Worth it.
But I think this is what, $199? It's either $199 or $299. Yeah. So they're all about $200, and all of these will tune a car.
Yeah.
So, hi, I have a Helix P DSP sitting on my shelf that never been used. Any reason I shouldn't use it on my next install? There's no reason why you shouldn't use it on your next install.
You should use it.
I mean, they make awesome DSPs. It's very nice.
Very nice.
Voltage at the battery is 12.6, AC off. Need to double check my grounds. Check them out the amplifier. Always check out the amplifier because battery,
Yeah, for sure.
Got to see both. I've got the 1007 XR and a RAM 2500. I keep getting a random chime rather than moving on. Wait, hold on. Moving or not. Any ideas? Random chime. I would just see what interface you're using. I mean, using an RR or using like a pack kit? Is it pre-kit? Random chime.
What module do you use?
Yeah, what interface module? Because more than likely that's where you're getting your random chime from, is the interface, not necessarily the radio.
Yeah.
Just to follow up on the match 10 DSP question. For the BMW HK setup with the aftermarket trunk sub, say I had $2,000 budget, what would you do with my car? What's best bang for buck? I mean, $2,000 budget really isn't going to get you much in that car of way of improvement.
No.
You know, at that point, I don't even think I'd be able to change the amplifier in there. I would probably just do some replacements on speakers, maybe like get a better front stage.
Probably.
Either go with a better speaker.
Check match.
But $2,000 budget isn't a lot to do a lot in that car. But I mean, for example, like I had a C-Class come in the other day. He had a basic system in the car. He had about a $2,000 budget. And that car just sounded like crap. So we put a new set of components in the front, and we added a subwoofer to the trunk. And that was what he needed. He needed some good, strong bass and needed a better front stage because the tweeters were non-existent and the mid-range just sucked. It sounded like headphones. Mm-hmm. So sometimes just by replacing out the factory speakers, you get a better sound. Sometimes by going with just an amplifier and keeping the factory speakers, you get a better sound. Just because, like, when we were talking with Jason Digos at MSC, when he bought the car, he had his Match 7 already programmed in his hand and T-harnessed in. So before they left, because they bought it in California, had to drive back to Arizona, he already had it all set and ready to go because he flashed from the website. He opened the trunk, plugged it in, and they drove home. And his wife was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm not driving home with this crappy system." So, just by replacing that amplifier with a better amplifier, being able to tune it differently with the factory speakers, it sounded 100% better. So there's a lot of weird things you can do with those. A lot of the times with the BMWs and the Mercedes and those German cars, the tune isn't exactly what we as Americans like. And sometimes the tweeters are kind of soft. And so by replacing tweeters with brighter tweeters and then getting a different tune is really all you need.
All right, I got this one right here.
Hey guys, looking for a small 50 watt by 4 amplifier with high pass filters that will fit under a dash. I've been out of the game for a while, looking for something good.
Well, right there.
What?
I was thinking the kicker key.
Yeah, the kicker key would do the job.
Yeah.
But what I was really thinking was something else. Not there.
The audio control?
Nope. This. Rockford Fosgate PBR 404.
Mm-hmm.
Super sexy. Oops, upside down.
Yeah.
Big powerful amplifier, little tiny heatsink. But right now there's a ton of small 50 watt by 4 amplifiers that you have access to. This would be one of them. Is really nice. Audio Control also makes this guy right here, which is the ACM
4.300.
Thank you. And then, as Fernando said, you have the kicker key, which is the 200.4. There's 3 fabulous amplifiers that can go into your car and make it sound wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we also have the sound digital little form.
You have plenty.
There is plenty.
For sure. All right.
Give me 1 second before we answer that question. Hey, we need to give a shout out to somebody, the sponsor of the show today, because we have a sponsor of the show today. And that is going to be Audio Control. That's right. I know. Big surprise. Let's do that. Do you have the website up?
Yes, of course.
Let me do that for a second. And if you're interested in crazy, awesome car audio, make sure you head over to audiocontrol.com where you can find cool car audio equipment, DSPs, amplifiers, processing, the DMRTA, that $1,000 tool. It's really not $1,000. You can get a DMRTA pretty, under $600. Yeah. But either way, we'd like to thank Audio Control.
And home audio, if you're looking for home audio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have their home processor. It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. We'll get back to this question here. How about your guys' experience stiffening up the inner door panel for high excursion mid bass, more than stout rings and rigid panels for open sections needed? When it comes to like the maximum amount of sound treatment we're going to put in a car, we typically go with the ground zero kit. The Ground Zero kit comes with obviously the blue butyl foil. It also comes with metal. These like metal panels right here. Comes with these metal panels that also go up behind the speaker.
That's the first thing that you install.
Yeah, and then it also has foam, 2 different types of foam, and it gets the system pretty rigid for sure. Then the baffle that you're going to put the speaker onto, different thicknesses of plastic, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch stacked on top of one another. Not just cheap plastic panels, depending on what speaker you're putting in. Sometimes we'll use 1/2 inch, then we'll put acrylic, and then we'll put in the back side of that, we'll also put ABS and layer those together and then cover them in sound treatment on the back side. So there's a lot of things, lots of foam in there. So yay.
All right, Jason, thank you for the 5, man. How often do you wire a regular 4-ohm coax or components to a 2-ohm? By the way, Terminator or Predator?
Predator, the original Predator is one of my all-time favorite movies.
I like Predator, yeah.
I have it on VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray, and iTunes.
There you go.
I have it on all copies.
All right. How often?
A regular 4-ohm coaxial or a component 2-ohm?
To a 2-ohm.
Well, I mean, most of the time speakers are going to be 4-ohm, so we're typically using that. We're not buying a 4-channel amplifier and putting 4 speakers on there. We don't typically do that at all. If really the only 2-ohm speaker that we sell is the K2s from Focal. Those are a 2-ohm driver. And so we know that going into it. So we need a pretty beefy amplifier to power those. We typically put them on the audio control because those amplifiers handle 2-ohm exceptionally well. But most of the time we're just 4-ohm. Couple brands that do make 2-ohm speakers that obviously one of them would be Blam, makes a 2-ohm speaker. JBL, the Harman speakers, typically you can get they're not 2-ohm anymore. They're like 3 something, which I think is what everyone's kind of
going
to.
For.
But
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Will a kicker key 500.1 be enough to push 2 kicker L78s, Q class subs, or should I use 2 kicker keys? So I was looking into here, and it's a 250 power handling, 500 watts,
500 watts
RMS. I would do 1 each, just to be safe and one in each.
I don't think 1 is going to be enough.
Right.
Because I have one right now on the L7T, and that seems to be perfect amount of power for that one sub. I mean, don't get me wrong, we put that on 210s before, but usually like P2s or comps, nothing like crazy.
All right.
Nothing with a big magnet structure on them.
Right. Here, the local audio shop installed like this: head unit, LC2I Pro 3.2, epicenter, Alpine 5-channel amplifier, and 2 set of components, Alpines, plus 2 subwoofer 10s. What do you think?
So head unit to an LC2I Pro to the EQ, out of the EQ to an epicenter, out of the epicenter to the Alpine.
So this is a factory head unit?
Yeah, I'm assuming. Okay. We're assuming it's a factory head unit.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So the LC2I Pro to the 3, that's the EQ. That makes sense. Out of the EQ to the epicenter to the. It's excessive, but yeah,
it's a lot of product.
Yeah, that is the natural flow of things.
So that's a good sequence.
Yeah, that is the right sequence.
There you go.
Because I don't think the 3.2 has high level input.
So he was wondering if the epicenter goes before the EQ.
No, the epicenter is going to go right before the sub amplifier. You don't want to run the epicenter through the EQ. That wouldn't make any sense, because then you don't want to do that, because the epicenter is just for sub. You want it to just be on the sub channel, and you don't need it there. I honestly wouldn't. You could run it the way they ran it makes sense, but no, you don't want to run the EQ before the EQ goes before the epicenter. That's that.
All right.
Do you know anything about PX2 Connect? If so, Is it good?
No. Okay, so hang on. Do you know anything about DSP?
Do I-
Connect. If you so, how good?
Say what?
So yeah, we know stuff about DSP. If you want to check some videos about DSP, we have plenty videos talking about audio control,
Oh,
offline.
no, I think what he's saying is, do you know anything about P2 Connect? Is it a good DSP? That's what he's saying, not DAP. So P2 Connect is the DSP.
DAP. Okay, I see this one. Okay, DAP. I mean, oh, it's DSP. I was thinking.
I have no idea. I'm gonna go with no on that one. Way too confusing.
All right.
Put up a link. Fernando will go to it. Any idea for a subwoofer for a standard cab 2000 Tacoma?
Ooh,
Standard cab?
I
mean, they do make a box for the car.
Yeah.
I mean, there's boxes available too that I know A-Trend has a box for it. Even Q-Power has a box for it that would go in there. 10s.
Yeah, 10s.
On Compar T10s. That's kind of our go-to shell mount. Arc Audio makes a really nice shell mount 10 woofer also.
Happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Thank you for the 5.
Thanks. What's up, Hi-Fi?
Where is it? What's up?
That's crazy. Nice. Hi, guys. Trying Illusion Audio 10 Slim. Oh, okay. That's
crazy.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Dean, why do not recommend putting Class D full range amps into them? It's not that I don't recommend it. It's just you have to be careful when you decide to do that. Not all amplifiers are really intended to be run at 2 ohm that are 4 ohm amplifiers. Some of them are, some of them aren't. What happens is the amplifiers, everyone gives you a 2 ohm rating now, right? We can it's like, hey, here's a 2 ohm rating. And they know that not everyone is going to run it at 2 ohm. More than likely, they're going to run it at 4 ohm. So they don't really care about the performance of the amplifier at 2 ohm. They're basically getting as much performance as they can at 4 ohm. But now when you run it at 2 ohms, you're basically stressing the amplifier out. And you don't always get the sound quality that you would get at 4 ohm on some of these cheaper amplifiers. So some amplifiers do really well at 2 ohm. Some amplifiers don't. Your cheaper amplifiers, don't run them at 2 ohm. It's just not going to sound good. That's it. It's not a secret. Ask engineers. They'll tell you the same thing. It's like, yeah, we don't intend for you to run that at 2 ohm. No, you're not going to.
What is the similar replacement component set for the discontinued Hertz high energy XL speakers?
The Cento Pro. No,
that would be the Milli Pro, no?
No, that's the Milli Pro.
Mm-hmm.
So, because like Cento Pro and Milli Pro is kind of where those two fell in, but I don't know if they make a replacement for the XL.
That would be the energy, high energy?
Yeah, but I don't think they make a replacement for the XL.
Yeah.
That was a neat speaker. We used to use that underneath the seats in BMWs for a mid bass.
Yeah.
What's up, Fernando? What do you and Dean think about shallow mount subs?
I'm thinking.
I mean, we use them all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like them. You know, it just depends. Like it's like anything else. It's a compromise. You're making a compromise. JL makes a fabulous undersheet subwoofer. I feel the Comp RT is a great shallow mount subwoofer. The Rockford P3 and the right enclosure is a great shallow mount. The T1 is better.
Mm-hmm.
Arc makes 2 wonderful shallow mount woofers. There's tons of them out there that are good. Focal Flax.
Arc Audio.
I said that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people make good subwoofers.
And every year, someone comes out with one that is like you've never heard before.
You've never seen before.
You've never seen this before. You've never heard this. We hear that every time a manufacturer introduces a new. This is like a shallow mount woofer like you've never heard before, and we just sit there and go.
No, whatever. The best for me is like, this is the new one.
Yeah.
You guys never seen this one before. Of course, because
Never
it's
heard
new.
anything like this. It's crazy.
All right. Thank you for the 10. 2016 Volkswagen GLI. Guy again with the Fender.
Fender audio system.
Fender audio system. Can you explain what I need if I want to replace everything? Head unit, speakers, and subs. At this point, can I just bypass the whole factory system?
More than likely, yes. So the first thing to check is, naturally, do they make a dash kit? If they make a dash kit, do they make a wiring harness interface? To do that, you can go to this right here. Oh, not that one. Why did I put that up?
Mm-hmm.
You go here. Let's get rid of this. These are the websites. These are the places you go to find out if they make parts for your car. If they make parts, then you could take it to the next step, which is pulling the factory radio out. But you have to see, do they make if it has a factory backup camera, they make backup retentions to keep your factory camera. After that, you can do anything you want because there's really nothing in that radio that's controlling the car. So yeah, just go from there. But really, it's just, can I replace the factory radio? Once you're past that,
I would go to I mean, definitely iData for your harness.
Well, I put all that information up, but that's it. Once you find out if you can replace the radio, if iData makes an interface for it, then by all means go with the iData interface. That'll save you a lot of headache.
Oh, for sure.
But that's all you need to know. And yes, Predator. It's all about Predator. Dampening factor on amps matter, and what's a good number?
Maestro RR, Maestro RR2. You can choose either one.
Yeah. We'll get an engineer on. I'll have Joe come on, and he can tell you guys all about amplifiers and all the ridiculousness about this. I'm not an amplifier engineer. I'm not going to pretend like I'm one. I'm not going to comment on what's a good dampening factor number, because there's so many things that go into this. And when you talk to these guys, which we've had the pleasure of talking to a lot of engineers, they get really bent out of shape when people start bringing up things like, oh, this guy said this about this dampening factor. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, it's like, oh my God. And I'm just like, not my thing, man. I'm an installer. You're the engineer. You tell me what works. So if we need to, we'll get an engineer on at some point, and we'll go all deep into what makes an amplifier better. What don't click on that. What we need to know and what we need to look for. So that would probably make the most sense on that.
I'm gonna click it.
What's your opinion on Focal 6.5 ES 165 KX2 a lot of K2s going on there. JBL stadiums components with aftermarket amplifier. JBL all day. Do you guys agree, Dean?
And then Fernando, what's your opinion?
All right, so we're talking Focal versus JBL.
I would take K2s.
I'm going to say this. Done. If you've heard them both and you like the way one sounds better than the other, then that's the speaker you choose. It doesn't matter which one I think is going to perform better, because, to me, the K2s are like some of the best sounding speakers on the face of the earth. Like, they are magically delicious for sure. And I have never been that way about a JBL speaker. So, not saying that I couldn't be and that they don't. Right. They make a $5,000 set of speakers.
Oh, so, for sure.
And we know this because they asked us, and I'm like, no, I don't want to play with those.
Right.
So you have to go with what you like.
There you go.
Dean, you sold me on Morel. Picked up a set of Tempo Ultra 692s. Nice. Going through a DM608 and a JL 900.5 flat signal, and they already sound amazing.
Perfect.
The 692s are pretty awesome. We haven't done those in a while.
Yeah.
I know. I feel bad. I really like those. We just haven't had a lot of need for them. I have a Pioneer 202EX head unit and 2 pairs of 6.5 MB core components systems with the 3.5 mid-bass quart dash speakers with a 1600 watt audio bank mono amp. Would you believe the sound quality it has? Yeah, I would. Why wouldn't I?
It's good.
I mean, it's good stuff. It should sound good. mean, it you know, should a lot of things.
A lot of things.
I already said that. Just
Yeah.
click the go all the way down. Go there, right there. Click it. Boom. Okay.
All right.
Okay. 2014 Impala Bose system. Looking to add 2 Infinity reference 1000-watt subs. I know I need the Amp Pro sub harness. How do I choose the right amplifier? Well, Infinity is going to want you to pick their amplifier because they sell amplifiers. The reality of it is, you look at whatever the rated power for the subwoofers. You're going to have that max power, which is like 1,000 watts, and then you're going to have like rated power 500 watts. And I'm just using this as an example. I really know what your woofers are. That's the power you want to look at, is that rated normal power that says 500 watts. The peak power is nonsense because, yes, it'll handle peaks of 1,000 watts, which it'll probably get from the 500 watt amplifier or the 750 watt amplifier, whichever one you decide to go with. But, you know, that's the number you're interested in. And then you want to get an amplifier that really puts out that power. My guess is that Infinity probably makes an amplifier that works well with those subwoofers. You may want to look at that. I don't know. It just depends. And then the other thing too is obviously you're going to need the Sub Pro, so you don't need anything with great high level, low level capability. But yeah, the other thing too is when buying an amplifier, you need to figure out where you're going to put it first. So that's important. A lot of people buy these big amplifiers that don't actually fit in their car, and then they just kind of like attach them to the back seat or do some crappy stuff with them. So figure out where you want it to go first, and then figure out how much power you need, and then go hunt for the amplifier that'll hit those 2 boxes.
Watching the video you guys doing the Ground Zero, you're wearing the same shirts. What? Yeah.
It probably faded and looking crappy.
Pretty much.
I know. I gotta get new shirts.
All right. On the Morels, you talk about the big voice coil.
What is the benefit of them? Okay, when baking a cake, all the ingredients are the most important thing, right? There isn't one ingredient that's more important than the other, because when you're baking this said cake, all the things need to line up, or you're going to have a cake that might be too salty, a cake that doesn't rise, a cake that's flat. So when Morel decides to design their speakers, they went with big voice coils because they wanted the control. They decided to do that. In doing so, they forewent the efficiency, because now they have a bigger motor structure. Trying to make this make sense, but you have a bigger plane for more precise movement. So if you have a small voice coil, you have little tiny room, little tiny fingers that can do things, and that's fine. Bigger cone or bigger voice coil gives you the ability to put more power to it and get a more precise response. I guess is it in a nutshell. It just all has to work out. When you look at really high-end speakers, like let's say the set of Utopia M's, they have giant voice coils as well, like 3.1-inch voice coils. Morel has always used bigger voice coils because they want the control that the bigger voice coil will give their speakers. And that's really, I guess, what it comes down to. It's just how they voice their speakers, and it gives that response. They do take more power. They're less efficient. But in their mind, they produce a better sound that way. I don't know. See how that works for you. Quick question. The light
on my bass knob keeps blinking low voltage. What do I need to fix?
Find out why. If it's blinking low voltage, then that's telling you that there's low voltage somewhere in the car. Grab a digital multimeter, put it back at the amplifier, and find out what's happening. See if it is, in fact, going into low voltage. Check it back at the amplifier and see what happens, and check it at the battery and see if they're close or off, if there's a volt difference or something like that. You may have something loose somewhere, or you may not have, everyone uses the term good ground, but there might be the ground you may have chose might not be the best ground in the car for what you're trying to do. So, or you just don't have enough power in the car to run the amplifier.
Where is a good 2 ohm amplifier? And I thought the K2s were a 4 ohm.
K2s, KRX2s. So you got to remember, in the K line, unfortunately, they make 3 different versions of the speaker, which, to be honest, confuses the hell out of me too. So when you get into the KRX2s, those are going to be 2 ohm. We typically go with the audio control when we're running those, but there are other amplifiers out there. That's just what we carry. You could probably get into some like Rockford Power Series amplifiers that would run really well.
Yeah.
Big AB class, something along those lines. The ground is bad. Pet Cemetery.
Oh my God.
That was good.
Money guys.
Oh, it happens.
Okay. I watched that movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Drift King.
Hey, guys, what's a good second battery? All right, I'm just going to say this because I watched part of it this week, and it was really good. If you want to know about batteries, Excess Power did a great interview, tried to do a great interview with Kip this week over on the Kicker Network. And they talked a lot about lithium. They talked a lot about AGM. And they gave a lot of information about their batteries and batteries in general. It was fabulous. If you want to know about batteries, I would definitely go over and watch that. You could probably speed through most of it. But it really gave me, like, we use Stinger batteries a lot of the times because they're convenient and batteries are cost expensive to ship and all that. And they're just like right over there. So it's not that bad. But looking and listening to them, I have a new appreciation for Excess Power. Those guys really know what they're talking about, and they do a really good job. And also, they're like, hey, if you have a question, call them. Which, if you put that out there, I'm going to repeat it and say, give Excess Power a call and see what they recommend.
Yeah, okay. Where is it? Trying to find this one right here. Right here. Hey guys. Oh, hey, I just bought a Prius and I was wondering what can I do for sound system? Being the car, it's a hybrid. Nothing crazy, just something simple. Any recommendations? Thank you.
We've actually done a ton of different systems in Priuses. That's really the only electric car we get our hands on. We've done something as stupid as putting a big 3 or 4K amp on an 18 to keep it nice and simple with, a small 5-channel amplifier up underneath the front seat. You can do anything you want in there. There's a normal battery in the car, so just have some fun with it. Obviously, the more efficient the amplifier, the better, because it is a smaller battery back there. So I was not a fan of putting the big mono block in there. I didn't think that was a good idea, but it worked and he never had any issues. So good on that. But like a small 5-channel amp to power the system, or, there's a lot you can do. I wouldn't stress out about it. Rockford makes the small T series amplifiers that work really well and don't consume a ton of power, but put out a ton of power.
Oh, wow.
Might be something to look at if you want to get an in-depth system. Helix amplifiers also would work really well in there because they have their multi-channel DSP amplifiers, so you get one footprint. And there again, it just depends on how big of a system you want to build.
So Hi-Fi Vega is going to go with Venti amplifiers and speakers?
One can dream.
Wow, man. I'm jealous.
He's not. How's the SQ on the T404 AD compared to the full-size Power Series? I've never actually AB'd between the two. We have to assume that the bigger amplifier is probably going to have better sound quality. Is it something you're going to notice with your ear? I don't know. Is it something I'm going to notice with my ear? I don't know. Really what it comes down to is, can I fit these amplifiers in the car, and how are they going to perform? If you guys caught the RAM we just did, where we went with the Power Series big AB class 404s, we went with those because that's what he wanted. He wanted big AB class power to power his Morels, and he was happy to do it. I, of course, really wished he would have done the smaller amplifiers just so it wouldn't have been such a heartache to get those things to fit. I would never put those amps in a car unless I absolutely had to, just because there's not a lot of room for those. So for me, I'm going to go with the mini amplifiers. Yeah. And I honestly don't really think there's a big enough difference that anyone can tell. Some of you guys will be able to hear them because you have really, like keen hearing, and you're like, yep, nope, that's it right there. but I don't think majority of the people could tell the difference.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, okay.
What's the deal with the lights dimming without voltage drop? I don't know. Never really paid attention to that. I mean, you have to have some form of voltage drop, I would assume, but I don't know. What do you got? What are you trying to figure
I'm
out?
trying to see what is the amp pro.
For this one, 19
For the
Tacoma
two-year
JBL
119,
system,
yeah.
amp pro not compatible. What do you suggest? It's not available? I mean, there's amp pros right there.
It's right here. So with premium amplifier system, right here, you see it says
Yeah.
amplifier integration interface for select 2018 to and up Toyota, Lexus vehicles.
Click on it. Just say, I'm
Yeah, can
clicking
you
on it.
click
It's not
it?
working.
Yeah. Right
Go
there.
to
So hang
no,
on. Compatibility.
Compatible with yeah. All right, so go up. That's what they're talking about right there.
Not compatible.
Not compatible.
So if you
This is the new harness.
This is the new.
That's the top one is the new harness that it should have, and the bottom one is the old harness it shouldn't have. And if it has those harnesses, then it's going to just be the previous generation of interface. You know, because those harnesses, the bottom two harnesses, are just the regular.
Just the regular, yep.
And the bottom one, that bottom one there is the non-amplified system. So I don't know which one you have.
Yeah.
But check. The top one, this one here, is the new current system. That black plug, that's your audio plug for that car. That has all your speaker wires and everything in it. Kip Jabs, great episode of Unmasked Faux Show. Yeah. Excess Power hit it out of the park. Yeah, they did a great job. Those guys were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that one. I wish I could have watched it all, but I didn't have that kind of time. What's up from Vegas?
Hey.
Do you guys ever use MVX amplifiers? If so, what do you think of them? We've only used a couple of them when people have brought them in. Obviously, we don't sell that particular brand, but it's an amplifier. We had no issues with it. I thought Hi-Fi just did a review of one of their bigger amplifiers, so I didn't get a chance to see it, but he may have. Dean and Fernando, you both give out more information than most local car auto shops. A big thumbs up. Well, thank you. We try.
Thank you.
All right. Let's keep going here. How difficult would a radio replacement be?
In 2014 Impala with both systems. Will be worth it.
I think, of course, it'd be worth it for 2014. How difficult is it? Go to Metro for that one.
How difficult? I mean, it's not that difficult.
It could be. I don't know.
2014?
2014. Yep. Go ahead and look that up. I'll move on to the next one. Barbershop is pumping.
2014 what?
Impala.
Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Impala.
MVS is not bad for a budget-focused product. There you go. There's Hi-Fi's thought on that one.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, so we got here.
Okay, let's take a look. Let's see what we got here.
So we have the dash kit.
Yeah, so dash kit, and they got a wire harness.
Instructions here.
Yeah.
And then it tells you.
Yeah, it's a long drawn out process, but it's a 2014.
Yeah.
So if I'm guessing, you're probably going to want something with a short chassis.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 7000 series Kenwood would probably work really well in that, because most of the time when you look at like GM, there's crap behind the radio that's got to get cut out. So I would probably look at a short chassis radio and move through it like that. I'd also check and see if the iData harness would work.
Yeah.
Because if it does, then that would make life even better.
Yeah. But if you're going to do it, just take your time. Great info today, guys. Thank you.
I mean, we try.
Thank you for the 10, man.
It's, yes, definitely. Thank you.
The red arm was like
thanks about the batteries. You bet. Have you tried MVX LOCs, which has the same bass restoration like an LC2i has? It's a lot cheaper. No, I have not, because I don't know. I don't know if it has the same. I doubt it has the same, because the one thing you do have to keep in mind is, believe it or not, Accubase is a patented thing. and audio control will sue you if it is the same thing. We know this because they've had to do it in the past. So they do own a patent on Accubase. I don't know if there again, it's inverse loudness is not anything that you can't get around. They're not the only ones that do it. It's just a matter of how you do it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But do you really want the cheapest high level to low level adapter? I guess would be my next question, considering that's the thing that is converting your radio signal into a usable thing. So if you buy the cheapest high level to low level adapter or a cheaper high level to low level adapter to do the job, and then you are like, I'm going to buy these amazing speakers and these amazing amplifiers, and you have a cheap high level to low level, your system is only as good as your crappiest piece of equipment. So sometimes saving money in the wrong places isn't exactly saving money. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And with that, we're going to call it a night, guys. That's the show. Hey, if you want to, do you have them up?
Of course.
If you want to buy cool swag, dnfswag.com is a place to go where you can find all the cool apparel that we use. And then, of course, DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools that we use. So, for example, if you scroll down there and you go to, let's go to Meters and Probes.
Meters and Probes.
Meters and Probes is a great place to find all those RTAs we talked about. So, like the Audio Frog is there at the top. The iTest mic is on there. If you're into doing backup cameras, we have all the stuff that we use is all located there. So definitely want to check that out. It's also just a fun place to, thumb through, but Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming.
Don't forget the video for the
Rockford video.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yes, it does. The kicker key lock has inverse loudness built into it. Yes, it does. According to the engineer.
Key lock, not kick your key. Key lock.
The key lock. According to the engineer, yes, it does. So it will take care of your bass roll off if needed. It also has the ability to turn off or to match up to three all pass filters. It's one of the cool things that you have to read like the real instructions on to figure out if that stuff is going on it.
Yeah.
Fun times. Boring Life. Yes, Boring Life will be coming back next week. Not this, it'll be coming back next week. So be prepared for the fun and excitement that is the Boring Life. I'm pretty excited. Oh, next Saturday, there will be no show. I'll be out of town.
Oh, wow. Look at you taking all this time off.
Well,
wow, dude.
That's harsh.
Seriously.
That's harsh. It's a family thing, man.
Wow.
So next Saturday, there won't be a show. Maybe we'll do a Boring Life. We'll see what happens. I have to go and hang out with my sister that I haven't seen in 15 years. So that ought to be interesting. And that's it. So, hey, guys, listen, it's the time. Next Wednesday, this Wednesday coming up will be the Rockford, which we'll talk about it more on Monday. As it stands right now, then that'll be the video for the week because it's an hour and a half long. We want to make sure you guys have plenty of time to watch it, take it in, suck it all up. But tonight is Saturday night. So if you guys are going to go out and have fun tonight, make sure you be safe.
Also, this Wednesday, we're going to have Brian.
Oh, yeah, that's
Brian
right.
Schmidt from Mobile Solutions. We're going to make cool stuff. And
Arts and crafts. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We could keep going on all the stuff we have coming up. Just stay tuned. Just always watch. Always watch.
Just watch.
All right, guys. You have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.